everybody, it's Randy with Carchaeology, with whatever the hell I call this channel, and this is day 4 of our crazy paint week here of trying to get the Brubaker Box and this Meyers Manx prepped and painted. So Andrew is here, stuff is happening, and I will share today's progress with you. So out in the morning sun, it was interesting to see how the base coat laid out. This is just the base, however, there was some flake mixed into it, so you're starting to see that sparkle that we're after. But now the plan is to add more. So the flake material is mixed into basically a clear that lays on top of that. Andrew's spraying some of that on here. And as you look a little closer now, you can see that the pattern of the flake is growing. So they're getting tighter and tighter together. There's still a lot of negative space between the flakes in this particular bit here. So the more we looked at it, the more I said, no, dude, do it again, do it again. More flake, more flake, more flake. And as the passes went on and on and on, it really started to flake up nice. Now take a look at this. Granted, this is kind of in the shade. Try to catch a little light here. But now the flake is really sparkling on there. We're getting it nice and thick. This will be color sanded and then cleared once again for a real smooth finish. But man, now we've got the sparkles going on. So, turning attention to the Brubaker Box, we stripped off all of the masking from when we were priming and doing body work, and then remask it again to make sure that all of the tape lines are tight and solid and that sort of thing, making a heck of a mess out of things. But with the body painted, or with the body remasked, it was time to lay on some color. So here's the first spray of some of that green on the body. Really awesome to see it actually come out of the gun and go onto this thing. And with every pass, you're starting to see the image of what this rig is going to be like. Now, this first pass is kind of what's called a tack coat. The whole idea is to get a little bit of paint onto the surface, just to start the process. And again, just like with the flake, it's a layer after layer thing. The more you put on it, the deeper the color gets, and the more consistent the finish is. So Andrew's laying it on there like crazy. I will admit that it's going on fairly thin, and I think we may be running low on paint as things are going on here. Got to make sure that it's going to cover everything that's on there. So we might find ourselves having to get more paint to do the job completely. But in any case, you go as far as you can until the the gun is empty and the cans are empty. It's awesome to see this color go on there. Seeing it kind of streaky right there. I'm thinking watermelon at the moment. That's kind of fitting here. Maybe do the interior red with black seeds. Okay, no. Now here you can see the color laying on a little bit thicker on this front fender. That's going to be a little more true to what it's going to be. And it's starting to deepen up. In fact, it almost looks a little too dark to me. Now granted, the sun is setting. It's getting late. The lighting is not great. It's not super consistent, but I don't know. It's looking a little dark. I want this to have a bright flash to it. I want it to be something fun. I'm not really digging the sort of army green look. And the more I kind of bring that up to Andrew, the more he kind of puts it back in my face. He said, trust me, dude, you saw the color chip. Once there is clear on this, you're going to see that flake, the metallic that's in there pop out. And also in bright sun, you're going to see a lot more color and a lot more fun. So I'm trusting his word on that. He knows what he's doing. And so far, I think it's going to be pretty awesome. But here's kind of the parting shot here. This is after he has done his pass all the way around it. The finish is looking super smooth. I'm stoked with the bodywork. I think all of it is going to be fantastic. but I'm thinking we definitely need a couple more layers of color. And I'm really dying to see that clear on there and to see how it brightens things up. In any case, excited to see that color on there, but you tell me, what do you think? Is that too dark? Is that going to be cool? Or are we missing the mark on this historic Brubaker box? Anyway, to wrap up what's going on there, another quick little walk around of the Brubaker, and obviously over here we still have the rear bumper to do. We are going to need more paint for that. The dune buggy has its sparkles going on, which is super fun to see as well. It was a long day, but a fruitful one. Really excited about all of this. But as all of this is going on, something dark is happening. So follow along with the story here, and I'll tell you what happened next. Good morning, everybody. It is Randy with Carchaeology, and it is Friday. And yesterday we painted the Brubaker box, and I took some video and stuff, and I was going to post up the video last night, but I had to, I had to go somewhere. So, quick story, the Mercedes 320 that we've been working on, the radiator, I sent it off to a local shop to be done, and it was about 3 weeks ago, maybe a month ago or so, and they said, yeah, no problem, we'll take care of it. It'll just take a couple of days. And you can already see where that story is going. And eventually, after me yelling at them again and again for a couple of weeks, they called me yesterday and said, well, guess what? We can't do your radiator. So I've got a show that I want to bring that thing to in a couple of weeks. And doing so without a radiator would be really freaking difficult. So kind of lost my shit. Went and picked up all the parts, made some calls. I've got a buddy up in LA that deals with vintage radiators and stuff like that. He agreed to pull a hardcore favor for me, do me a solid. I ended up driving late last night, up to downtown Los Angeles to meet him in a parking lot of a deli up there, right in downtown LA. It was, probably a good 250-mile round trip from my place up to there, maybe even a little longer. But the joy of going up there late at night is that there was no traffic at all. I threw the top down on the Porsche, hauled ass out there with the radiator with me, and then made the trip back. So it was a late night, but I got that done. Now it's morning, and I want to cap off yesterday's video with this bad boy right here. So last night, as the colors were going on it was starting to get dark. The color looked really dark to me. I wasn't super stoked with it, but coming out here in the daylight here, it's looking much better. Now I'm seeing some sun on it. Plus, this is flat right now. This is just a base coat. And once the clear goes on this thing, it is really going to pop to life. And it's going to be awesome to share that video of today's stuff with you tomorrow. So in any case, Brubaker box, it's got paint on it. I'm stoked. Rear bumper still needs to be done. Meyers Manx got its flake. Going to do some color sand and clear on this baby today. And some major awesome action is going on. And I'm excited. Really excited. I still need sleep or more coffee or something like that. But we're rocking and rolling. It's been a very fruitful week. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.